As y'all has already met, this is Earl, JP with JP TV 3000. Man, thank you for your time, man, and
Oh, no problem.
Appreciate you talking to me. And like we were talking about before we started the interview, what's some of your experiences and stuff that you've been through, and what's some of the things you've seen in your lifetime up here?
Well, I've seen the booms, and I've seen them go bust, and just like this one going on now, eventually it will go bust, but come in the wintertime, it always slows down.
Yeah.
So guys wind up on unemployment through the wintertime.
Yeah.
And they get rather bored, and they can get kind of rowdy, and I don't go down to the bars or anything myself.
Yeah, me neither. I've been a few times. It's alright if that's your thing, but
not anymore. I'm getting too old for that.
Yeah, and on top of that, it's not like there's a plethora of women to go around when you go to the bar. It's mostly the dudes.
Yeah.
And when you got mostly dudes and people start drinking
there's
alcohol,
competition for the women.
Yeah, exactly.
And then if a guy starts hitting on another guy's wife, well, then you got to fight.
Exactly.
So.
I wish I had recorded like a lot more video when I first came up here, but I just wasn't really thinking about it. I was just so happy to be working and to be in the oil field. What's some advice that you would give to somebody who's thinking about coming up here?
Well, first thing ahead of time, line up lodging, line up home, line up a place to live, of course, because there's not a lot of places for rent cheap.
Yeah.
Most of the places around are going anywhere probably from $750 to $850 a month.
Yeah.
So you got to make sure you got a good job.
Yeah.
And there are places for sale, but with the boom, the price always goes up. But when the boom goes bust, then the price goes down on the homes. So, it's this constant cycle.
Yeah. And I was gonna say, since you said that, I've noticed, like, I was staying in an apartment last year, and it was like $560. I was like, okay, that's an awesome price. 1 bedroom, 1 bath.
Yeah.
And then it turns out that this year they're saying, okay, it's gonna be $675.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, wait a minute, what happened to the $50 increase? Can I can I go through that first instead of $100? But I guess the way they look at it, they're trying to get as much money out of it as they can, but they don't realize is that
not everybody makes oil field money.
Yeah, and not only that, but when you have people and they can pay a decent amount of rent, that's gonna look better for the renting market, because hey, people are gonna stay there. You're not gonna have like it was I think this spring when people were just up and moving. They were going from one apartment to the next apartment.
Well, the next boom we're looking at here is going to be a natural gas boom. So it's going to shift from oil to natural gas, and that's quick drilling.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom. It won't take them long, and they'll drill a natural gas well. Then they're going to move on to the next site. Yeah. Boom, they'll punch that well, and that'll be a big thing then, because there are a lot of natural gas pockets around North Dakota.
Yeah.
So it'll be a big thing, and there'll be a lot of work.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if the money will be as good as it is with the oil field with natural gas drilling, but it should be fairly competitive.
Yeah, because if it's natural gas, more than likely they may or may not have to frack it. And if they have to frack it, then they still got the whole process: frack, wireline, work over regular coil tubing.
Oh yeah, they'll be going through all kinds of different things. So, the work will be there, but the question is will the price of the housing be fair enough that the workers will be able to have lodging?
Yeah,
is a question. Because a lot of these guys, they're thinking oil field money, get rich quick. Charge a ton for rent. Charge a ton for homes. And it's it's a constant thing.
Yeah,
with that.
And people don't realize that. People don't realize that with them playing with the rent and like the housing market like that, you're putting a bad taste in people's mouths, so that if the bottom does fall out, okay, this place has been screwing me over anyway, I'm gone.
Yeah.
And it's like they can't see that. If they want Williston to grow, land has to be to a reasonable price to where...
And lodging should be reasonable as well.
Yeah, because the way I look at it, if I can work up here for a year, save me up enough money in 1 year, 1 or 2 years, and go back home and buy a decent house, cash.
Oh yeah.
By all means, damn it, I ought to be able to do that up here.
Oh, yeah.
Or at least let's say 1.5, something close to it. Because the houses you see for like $100,000, you know, it'll be in one of those houses.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and you know, I'm looking at that and I'm like, so, like, as much as I work, like, that's all my money gonna get me. And I'm not getting the oceanfront view up here.
No.
I'm not getting bikinis and beach, and I'm not getting none of that. You know, so hey, you know, gotta be realistic.
Yes, you do.
You know, some people say I'm complaining. Hey, man, I'm just calling it how it is. And you know, this place has a lot of opportunity. It has a lot of things going for it. You know, it's just some of the things have to get out the way so that people who come here and they like it here. Because I'll be honest, this place has grown on me, man.
Oh yeah, it will.
Yeah.
It does. You know, it's, you know, a lot of nice and friendly people actually.
Yeah.
You know, and I've seen it before when I was younger, where people left their keys in their vehicles and left their doors unlocked when they went to work, and you know, you don't see that anymore. You know, because even with the natural gas boom, you know, it's going to bring in a certain level of riffraff with it, you know, and it gives the rest of them a bad name.
Exactly.
You know, and that's the sorry part of it all.
Yeah.
You know, because they're not everybody working the oil field are bad people.
Yeah.
You're going to find good and bad in every race, religion, creed, and color.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I don't care what they say.
Yeah.
There's good and bad in everywhere.
Yeah.
No matter what, you know, but it's weighing the pros over the cons, the negative over the positive, is what it is.
Yeah.
You know, and you have to figure out the pros versus the cons.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, am I going to be able to make enough and save, you know, to be able to have a decent retirement, you know, and stuff like that? Will I be able to start an IRA and be able to put money away for my retirement, along with getting my Social Security retirement, you know? And so that's, you know, there's a lot of questions, you know, of those things. And a lot of companies do offer pretty decent 401ks, and they contribute to them too, with you.
And you know what? That's a great point. It's free money, because I got a friend of mine at this company called Purity Oilfield Services. They have a 3 or 4%, maybe even 5% match.
Yep.
And you're fully invested after 5 years. I'm like, man, if you can stay in there to 5 years, man, that'll be awesome. Because what companies give you? You're fully invested after 5 years. You know,
that's a question.
Yeah.
You know, and it's nice to have a job that's got the benefits, you know, with sick pay, vacation, paid vacation, and all that. But the problem is, you're not going to find that in certain areas.
Yeah.
You're going to find it in some, but you won't find it in all of them. You know. Yeah,
because it's a trade-off. You got some of your companies where they may pay you more per hour, like Halliburton. Halliburton offered me $17 an hour, but they have a 15% stock discount. They have a $1,200 housing allowance. They have, I think Halliburton's insurance is paid for by them. You know, so you know that's a, you know, man, those are some pretty good benefits. You know, I may not make that much per hour, but you know, I can still get that back. You know, if I just put the time into the company. So.
Oh yeah.
Earl, man, I appreciate you, man.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you for your time, man. You want to say hey to anybody?
Well, you guys have a great day. Take care and stay healthy.
Okay. I don't know if you got any friends or family out there, because I'm gonna probably name it.
I got family in Arizona and the Las Vegas area and stuff like that. So.
Okay,
and in Arizona.
I'm gonna probably name the video like Oil Boom, North Dakota, with Earl, or featuring Earl.
That's fine.
Or something like that, or it'll be like Williston, North Dakota, featuring Earl or something.
But yeah, the big thing is, you know, make sure you got a place to live before you get here.
Yeah.
You know, and because I've seen it when there were tents all over the parks, people were living in the parks, and then they had a big hoodoo over that.
Yeah.
And they busted that up, you know, because.
I mean, because I stayed. Go ahead, finish saying what you're saying.
Because they, you know, they had problems with people getting drunk, getting rowdy in the parks.
Yeah.
You know, and some of them, you know, indecent exposure because of urinating in public and stuff like that. You know, so you gotta make sure that you got housing before you get here.
Yeah.
You know, line that up ahead of time. You can look anything up on the computer these days, and you can find rentals in Williston over the computer.
Yeah.
you know, or find homes to buy, however you may want to do it.
Yeah.
You know, I know they charge a pile for the motels. I had to stay in one for a week because I went through a house fire and lost everything I owned in May. On the 19th. That's how I got my scars on my arm there and my hand. I was in a house fire. So.
Man, hey, I mean, thank God, man, you came out of it all right.
Oh, I ran right through the fire to get out, but I got out. You know, I wasn't letting no grass grow under my feet.
Man.
Main thing is I made it out, you know, and my friends made it out too. That was a good thing, you know. So, you know, I was worried about my friends too because they were trapped inside the house. You know, and I'm like, oh my God, you know. So I called 911. I had to run back into the house to get my phone.
Yeah.
But there was another door that I could access where my phone was. But I got smoke inhalation and I wound up in the hospital for like a week over in Minot. So
that's something else since you said that. Williston has a hospital, but they can do their limit to what they're available to do.
Yeah.
And Minot is really like when you have to go to the hospital, you know, you want to go to Minot. I'm not going to talk down about Williston healthcare because hey, I'd rather have some healthcare
than none at all.
Exactly. And I mean, hey, we got Williston. At least this ain't Grenora. Grenora's a damn gas station. I mean, they gas station, that little store on the right side.
And a bar.
Yeah, and a bar. That's all it is, man. You know, so hey, you know, Walmart. I mean, Williston has some options for you. You know, you got the ARC. You know, for recreation and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
But Earl, man, thank you for your time, man.
You're very welcome.
Appreciate that. And thank you, dude, for listening over there. You know.
That's my friend Adam.
Adam.